That's also what happens when you don't put your bucket down when after it rains. Bet you anything, this one is filled up too. Basically one day without rain, so I don't want to tear up the ground. So what are we going to do today? Well, welcome back to the journey, folks. What do you say, Giggles? Did you lay another egg? Did you lay another egg? I don't know where. You want to show me? Huh? You want to show me? See, you always let Mom pet you. Hi. There we go. There we go. Hi. 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 Oh, rub the belly. Rub the belly. Hi. How you doing today? How you doing today? The good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Where'd you put your egg? Where's your egg at? I gotta find it. Alright. Well, I guess I gotta go for another egg search. Oh, okay. That doesn't tell me where it's at, though. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to go look for an egg, but we're also going to get over here to the shop. So, since I can't really run the tractor up here, because I don't want to leave major ruts and stuff like that, because all this road air, all this stuff is still settling, right? We're kind of letting it get some rain. This is the first rain it's had, really good rain, since I put it down. So we're just letting it all get locked in and such before we really start putting a lot of traffic over it. I don't want to leave ruts and all that good stuff, right? So I'm going to get over here and I'm going to attempt to, I need to flip this up. Like I said. And then I need to prop it with something. That way I can count and see how many bolts I need, because I want to go through. Obviously from the last video you've seen I broke another bolt. It didn't just come undid, it actually broke. And then some of these, like, I don't know, they just want to see how this, look, it loosens off, right? Loosens off. And you saw I went tightened every single one of these. Well, these are not like a Nylox nut. This style of nut, technically it's like a one-time use, right? And that's it. One-time use, because like how it's made, it basically goes on, and then it's not like perfectly round or whatever on this side. So as it goes in, it like locks itself in. Plus this little washer is supposed to help lock that in, right? But obviously it doesn't. So I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna go ahead and get all new hardware. I'm gonna get some the grade 8 bolt, but I need to take one of these with me. That way I can do that. But I was thinking too, because this bolt here, you know, is obviously these hammers need to be able to turn on the bolt, right? So with that being said, whenever you look at the bolt, see, it has basically the shaft here, but not the whole thing. So as that says there, you see part of that is still threads, right? Well, that's not really good. So I'm gonna actually take one of these. I'm gonna mark it of where this sits, right, for that bracket. And then I'm gonna see if I can't find a bolt that actually has this entire shoulder, which I might even take one of the hammer blades with me as well, to be able to verify that the hole works as well. But I mean, just look at the damage that some of this is doing, you know, because these things get loosened off and it's just hitting stuff, right? I mean, I wouldn't think that it's supposed to do that, right? But that's loose. I mean, there's just a bunch of them in here that's loose. And I tightened every single one of those things. So, yeah. Not good. Not good at all. So, let me go ahead and I'm going to take off every single one of these. I'll go ahead and chart, because you look and see how much damage it's already had on that. And I'm just going to ground all these down as well. Just get a little bit better edge on these once again. You know, just get them cleaned up. And then we're going to replace all the hardware on this thing. So, let's get busy. Okay, last one. My knees do not like being crouched down like this. Ow. Why is the last one always got to be the hardest? Come on, just get off there. Oh, really? It's gonna strip. There's always one. Always one. Why is there always got to be one? Never fails. Never fails. Always one. So, what that means not gonna bust my back trying to get it off there. I'll do it the easy way. All right, well, I think I'm actually missing a tooth. Might be out in the field, so let me double check the count and then see how many I got in the bucket, because I think I'm missing one. Okay, so that's 24 total. So let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm missing 2. Well, I already grabbed the ones out of the shop. So I'm pretty sure I grabbed all of them that I had up here, which I thought that was all of them. So I'm missing 2. Yeah. Well, I guess while we go look for an egg, I'll go look for some missing hammer blades. So let's go see what we can find. Lay low. Lay low. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Oh, give me that belly. Give me that belly. Oh, look at that belly. Look at that belly. I know you can't wait for the fence to be done, huh? So you don't have to be on the lead no more. Alright, so let's get over here. So, obviously I started in this area. Kind of went that way. So, I'll kind of come through because there was a few spots in here. Obviously hitting stumps, hitting some things. That I know would cause a little more damage. See, like there's a washer. Yeah, some of those things were missing washers. So I'll kind of come check these areas first and just kind of keep an eye out for anything that will pop out at me. I mean, be able to find a washer should be a lot harder than trying to find a big old hammer blade. So you would think. And while I'm up here too, like I know that like Lilu's been like really barking at a lot of stuff at night. We've been having some varmints come around. I don't know, because I know up here is a big hole that I'm pretty sure she sees stuff coming out of that thing at night. But I don't know. So this is one of the big stumps that I was hitting. I know, but I started hearing, like, whenever I shut it down, right, I was actually over here. So basically, kind of coming through right here, last little bit, I was hitting some bigger stuff, which was kind of like the second time I came through here. But I was hearing damage, you know, to the actual machine in this area. I figured I'd come over here, look, just do a quick look. I don't see, do y'all see anything? I don't see anything. Come over here by the creek. So even though we've had a lot of water, a lot of rain, the creek's still not flowing. So who knows, that might change by the end of this week, because we got a lot more rain coming tomorrow and Friday. As I'm recording this, it is currently Wednesday. And I'm just not seeing, obviously there was rocks over here. That's the reason why I need to resharpen a lot of those things. Another stump that is kind of going over a little bit. Obviously, because I went in here, turned around, and came back, went this way. I don't see anything. There's nothing that's catching my eye. But we're also going to be looking for an egg while we're out here. So, you got to keep an eye out for that too. But see, the problem too is, like, if I did lose something, and like how some of this is laid over, if it's laying on top of it, I'm not going to see it until that stuff's gone. Which, I mean, I can't order these blades. But if I have two missing, it's better, I guess, than one missing, because I can still balance out the drum on that thing. Because that's one of the issues I was having, is that it was really, really off balance and vibrating. I kind of talked about that a little bit in last Friday's video. And like, it actually vibrated the top link off and everything. So, but I'm not seeing any hammer blades. I'm not seeing any eggs either. I'll come look over here, see if, because I can tell that something's in here, or at least going in here, because like all this is kind of trampled down some, going through into there. So I guarantee you, well, I don't think she's going in there to lay eggs, but I think we have like a rabbit or something living in this wood pile. At some point I am going to have to move it. So they're going to be without a home. Just kind of double check some stuff, kind of go through here, because obviously I went through here. And I mean, obviously if one came off and I didn't know it because I didn't hear it, who knows like where it could have flung, right? No telling. I went over a pretty decent brush right here. I mean, it did well. You see it chopped everything up pretty good. I mean, obviously it left that, but I think if the hammer blades were just a little bit sharper, it would have taken care of that. Not a problem. But I don't see anything out here, so. But while we're out here walking around, I've been testing out some shoes. If you probably noticed, these are some new shoes. So let's go see what they're all about while I continue to look. Here we are, straight out of the box packaging, giving these FitVille shoes a little tryout, feeding the dogs. And one of the biggest reasons why I chose these shoes is because I actually have plantar fasciitis. So just being able to go through, and it helps you if you have wide feet or any type of other foot disease, you know, like a venous dilation or plantar fasciitis, or even bunions, because they have that nice wide toe box up here in the front. Just allows your feet to be able to stretch out and relax as you're walking. They're very comfortable straight out of the packaging and going through. And oh my god, y'all, check out what they have available. They're even Giggles approved, y'all. Giggles approves every time I'm out and about just doing stuff. She really loves the shoes. She'll even nip at them and whatnot. So yeah, definitely get down into the description, check out what we have available, get your discount, and just see what they have available. You never know. So thank you very much to FitVille for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to what I was working on. Okay, well, I did not find anything other than the washer. So I do not know, because I know one of the hammer blades that during Friday's video that we ended up putting a different nut on, that is one that's completely missing, because that nut was actually a different size than these, and obviously I did not need to take that off. Well, unless it's the one that was broken. Possibility. That is a possibility. So, but regardless, I'm still missing two. What are y'all doing in the shop? What are y'all doing in the shop? You eating all the bugs? You're eating all the bugs? And guineas are so pretty when they're babies. Then they grow up to look like that. A face only a mother could love. Yeah. Well, y'all keep doing good work. You're eating up all the bugs, eating up all the ticks. We haven't seen not a single tick in any of like where we maintain. Because we would still pick up a tick every now and again, you know, even in the cut grass. Nope, since we've had the guineas, I have not seen a single one. And that's just with 3 guineas. Just imagine if we had more. Anyway, I'm gonna continue because I don't know. I might have some other hammer blades stash, right? Because obviously we got some kind of stuff off to the side things, so I'll continue to kind of go through all my stuff. But I'm quite certain that I had all those off to one side, all the ones that I knew about, and then I had put them all in the same spot, and I've already picked all those up, so I'm quite certain that 2 of them are missing, and that I'm gonna have to order some new ones, or even look and see, because I don't know if like Tractor Supply might have those, but I'm gonna go head up to the store, so I know that I need 24. Right, I'll go ahead and buy the hardware to mount everything, and I'll get these all kind of cleaned up a little bit on the grinder. I'll probably just do that offline or off camera quick. Nothing special. I mean, I'll show you what they look like before I put them on. And then, yeah, so let me get up to the store. Let me get all these things taken care of, and then I'll see you in a sec. All right, grinder's slowing down. So, like I said, I was just going to do all those off camera, but it's basically what I was telling you what I was going to do. Not be like perfectly sharp, but kind of like a double bevel, and then just clean up the backside just a hair. Not even sharp, right? I can't even cut myself with it. But I'll be able to tell it's raining. Kiddo just got home from school, so now all the dogs and geese and everything's gonna go crazy. So both kiddos are home. Yeah, it's actually birthdays, right? Their birthdays are like 3 days apart, so we're actually gonna spend this weekend, right, going out. I guess we're doing sushi. That's what they want. Yeah, I'd say, well, if we're doing sushi, y'all get a price limit because that stuff's expensive. So yeah, there's that. So anyway, plus little one, she's actually sick, like sick, and the kiddo brought it home from school. Anika brought it home from school, and it's been getting everybody else sick. Gladys is already kind of feeling I'm already starting to feel like I'm not congested or anything. It's just headache, and you know, it just sometimes you just know when you're not 100%. So because of that, I have no reason to be out here in the rain. So all those are done. I have all the hardware, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those back on, but not today. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back inside, close up shop, and we'll see y'all whenever it stops raining. So see you in a sec. Here we are a couple days later. road held up okay. I mean, I did get some washout, right? Some of the dirt came up and over the rocks. Obviously, I still have standing water over here, where water that actually comes straight out of the ground, right, in that area. So we do plan, you know, at some point actually putting in like a French drain system, because there's going to be a road, a drain, and then like parking area. At some point, all that parking area is going to be concrete, and then a slab for the shop, concrete, right? And then this road is not going to be concrete. I don't know, at some point we might, but in between that concrete and this road is going to be an actual drain system, because basically from where, basically the little orange cone over by the Jeep, that's the well. So basically from there, right, most of the water all comes this direction. So we're going to have it all going that way, right? Actually having some type of drain going all the way down back behind the house. Get away from me, fly. Ah, dang, those big old horse flies that love to bite. But we're going to have that drain basically continuing going all the way out. I have to be careful digging though, because of our fiber, right? The fiber kind of comes across. So right in that area, I'm going to have to kind of do that by hand. But anyway, we plan on doing that eventually, right? So for the flail mower, what had happened was, yeah, obviously the hardware that came with this thing was all metric, because it's an Italian based company that makes this particular mower. And the problem with that is I have my hammer blades, right? So these are all the hammer blades. Well, that hole right there on that blade is not the same size as the holes for those blades down there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I already started to put on. So I have 7 of them, to where a 1/2 inch bolt, right? Because I didn't buy metric, I bought standard because that's what the shop had. So this bolt does not fit into these, right? Because it's not bored out. And you can tell like the hole on these isn't perfect either. So, but this other blade, right, and this one I hadn't even sharpened. This is the one I took to the store. That one fits just fine, right? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take all these in the bucket, and I'm gonna have to drill them out with a bigger drill bit. Now, obviously on the drum too, I was like, man, I took all this off, and then I was like, well, now I can't remember the direction of travel. So standing on this side, okay, on the belt side, direction of travel is clockwise. So it goes around this way. So you got to make sure that as it's coming around, that leading edge is the cutter, right? That's where it cuts. So that's why I have that one hanging there like that now. That is the direction of travel. So Gladys was like, no, it goes the other way. It should be spinning the same direction that you're going. But it doesn't. So the PTO, right? PTO spins, if you're looking at the back of the tractor, okay, looking at the back tractor, the PTO spins clockwise. So for here, right, if it's going clockwise, if I'm looking at it this way, this PTO shaft would be spinning in this direction, okay, which turns the gearbox. That gearbox kind of goes over to a belt, right? So if that's spinning that way, right, it's going to cause that thing to spin that way, which turning your belts, which causes this to spin that way, right? So I just needed to make sure and and she's like, well, that would be throwing stuff towards you, towards the tractor. And I was like, yeah, and that's what it does. So I wanted to make sure that I was putting all these on. And like some of these too, like, I don't know if you can tell, like some of these holes got what we call down in the south, they got wallered out. That one's more of an egg shape. Because these bolts were loosening off, right? And that's not a good thing. And then, so this thing is a little on the tight side. Boom. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. And these bolts, too, are actually going to be a little too long for, like, this one here. And then one all the way on the far side, because it will actually come over and hit the mounting bolts. Plus, I also have this one that comes over here right next to this block. So this block is there, and there's another block over there, but it's not going to be in the way of anything. Those were there for helping balance this, right? So normally, anytime that you have to replace your blades or doing stuff, right, normally this has to be rebalanced. I don't have a way of doing said, because like you would have to take this whole thing off, put it onto a machine to be able to balance it out. And I don't know, I don't have a way of doing that. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll get everything cleaned out. I'm gonna have to get a couple more bolts, or I could probably cut 2 of these down. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And then get all the vines and all the grass and all that stuff that's been stuck in here. That way this thing spins the way that it should. Right? But yeah, that's where I'm at, folks. It's always something. Oh, and these were the 2, because since I'm missing 2 blades, they're out there somewhere. I went ahead and chose this one. So from here to here, and then from that end to there is the same. And then these are on opposite sides of the shaft, right? So when one's up here on the top, that one's at the bottom. When that one's at the top, that one's at the bottom. And hopefully that will balance it out. Since I'm missing 2, I went ahead and put those bolts there. That lets me know, hey, don't put a blade there, because I don't have them. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. So let me get the rest of these put in, and let me get these drilled out, get them all same size. Now bring it back. Well, I got to this far. I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 put on. Those were all the ones that the holes, right, were already correct size, so that already moves, right, nice and free. But this is the only drill bit I have that is the size I need it to be, 1/2 inch. And yeah, it's just not cutting it. Obviously this is hardened steel, right? This is all hardened tool steel, so it's not going to cut very easily, especially with just a little Ryobi hand drill. Ain't going to cut it. So yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. I'm going to have to get a better drill bit. I do have a drill I can plug in, a little more power. I mean, obviously, I know folks that have a lathe, but it just, I don't know how exactly you would chuck this up onto a lathe or a mill, right? A mill would be nice, obviously. I know someone that operates mills for a living. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But for right now, I think that, yep, this thing's still going to be down and out until I can either, one, get new hammers for it, which if I was to do that, then I would have to take off the ones I already put on, because I would just replace them all at the same time. Or figure out how I'm going to get these drilled out. Or try to find, I could take one of these, because obviously the one that I took to the store was one of those, right? So it already fit the bolt, because I tested it at the store and it worked just fine. So like, oh, cool, right? This will work just good. It'll be fine and dandy. Well, yeah, I didn't know that I had hammers with different hole sizes. So I can always take one of those up there to see. But I mean, kind of going through the store, at least the store I went to, for the grade 8 bolts, they didn't have any metric. So that's really the only thing that, to be able to be within the same size, I would have to step it down to a metric bolt for it to be able to work, right? Because it's close. I mean, it's like right there close. I mean, it's not a lot. So it's the difference between a standard and a metric of the same size. So, yep, that's where I'm at. So I guess I'll go ahead and leave y'all here at this. I wish I could have gotten it fixed, but hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But it's all in how you play the game, right? Whether you're having any fun or not. And I guess it doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you're having fun. And we are. So today, as I'm recording this, it's actually the kiddo's birthday. Sweet 16. So, yeah. We actually had a decent weekend and stuff. And then I know here coming up pretty soon that we should be going over to the Gymstead to celebrate another birthday. So yeah, we'll be doing that too. So hopefully we see y'all there if you're going. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. So I don't know if we're gonna get any more rain. Looks like it. Not supposed to be getting any more rain, but you know how weather guesses are around here. All right, y'all. Well, hopefully you enjoyed me tinkering around on this thing, trying to get it fixed. Not quite there, but I'm letting you know that even though you got issues, no matter what you're working on, there's always more than one way to skin a cat, as Pawpaw used to say. I don't know why anybody would ever want to skin a cat, but I don't know. They always said it. So I'll reach out to a couple people or see. The easiest way is just go buy some new bolts, but we'll see what happens. So we're going to be heading into town tonight, so who knows? Maybe I'll take one of these with me and we'll figure it out then. All right, y'all. Well, if you'd like to stick around a little bit further on this journey we call life, then go ahead and check out this video we have right here. Or the whole year's playlist over on this side continues to grow as the year progresses. Or we have the icons up at the top. Makes it easy to subscribe both here and to our side channel. Go check that out. Greatly appreciated. Almost to 1,000, y'all. And then last but not least, get out there. Think of veteran every chance you get. Not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.